What is up, party people?
Are you okay?
Let me get this lower third. Hey, what's up, you guys? It is me, V&A, with the Band-Aid on my face.
That's not how Nelly did it at all. He put it under his eye. Just want to.
Should I explain it for the
If you
pre-show
want, I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Final thoughts.
All I was going to say is you should see the other guy. V&A is a UFC fighter, if you didn't know. He's a mixed martial artist. It hurts
to laugh.
Do you want to tell the story?
I got Botox, guys.
She didn't get Botox. She doesn't need Botox.
I was running. I made a choice to go on a run for my own health.
Yeah, and I want to be clear. Nothing wrong with that. We
wrong.
are mostly pro running here, or at least pro exercise. Yeah.
We are, yeah.
Okay.
It was on Tuesday, a lovely Tuesday afternoon.
No, it wasn't. It was Monday afternoon.
Oh, it was. It was a lovely Monday afternoon.
I remember very distinctly we recorded Tep and Step on Monday.
Oh, yes, Monday. You're correct.
And then you came in the next morning. And
interesting. It happened after. I'm just kidding. No. Monday afternoon, I went on a run, and there was somebody going towards me, and I tried to avoid them as much as I can, and I ended up falling on my face.
So in football we call it the turf monster got you, right?
Turf monster, yeah.
Turf monster.
This was a cement
monster.
And
you got yourself pretty good.
I did. The swell. It was way worse. The swelling has gone down. The inside of my lip is a little cut up, but as you can see, there's a couple of and my knees and elbows. So yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing about it, we don't have to drag this on unless you want to.
It's okay.
I think as somebody who has gone through dental trauma, who's had 3 teeth knocked out, that was my first thought. When you said that you ate S,
I did,
and you face planted, my first thought was, oh my gosh, your teeth.
That was my first thought as well. As soon as I fell down. I looked at my hand. There was blood, and I was like, "Oh no! I think my teeth are gone." And so I got the camera. I got my phone camera, and I looked, and I have all my teeth.
Yeah, I remember. We've been doing this show for 10 years, so I've told every story in my life. But these 3 teeth right here, these are fake. These are whatever you call them, implants.
Yes.
Because I was at the gym. Exercise strikes again. It's got it out for us. But I had just finished up a workout, and I had gone and worked out I had not eaten anything, basically since lunch, and this was after work, so this was 6 o'clock. And I had a pretty hard workout, and I passed out in the locker room, and I went face first into a sink.
Oh my goodness.
And but I will tell you, I passed out. And I remember the next thing I remember was sitting up, and people be like, "Hey man, you okay?" People are checking on me and stuff like that. And I just remember the first sensation I had was tasting pennies. You know what I mean?
Oh my
tasting,
gosh! Yes.
Copper and that. And for those who don't know, that's what blood tastes like. And so then I go and these 3 are all in a bad place. And mostly scattered on the floor. And then I knew my wife was going to be real mad at me. She was my fiance at the time. We were 6 months away from getting married.
How old are you at the time? You were
This is 2012. January 20. This is January 2012. So this is.
I was 12 years old.
26. I was 25. I was going to turn 26.
Wow.
But my wife and I were engaged, and
Wait.
I remember my third thought being, was she's gonna give me the ring back. I was genuinely concerned that she was going to say, this dope can't even go to the gym.
You said how many months was it before?
6 months. It was in January, and we got married in July. No, she was freaking out.
I think I would have been.
Now, she was a good soldier about it, but like, I don't know. We don't have to go into this whole thing, but basically, I then spent essentially the better part of the next 3 days in a dentist chair, like for like 7 hours at a time, and had like pretty major reconstructive, like dental work. But
yep,
yay,
they're all there.
And they're still there. Yeah, like that was my first thought. So I'm just glad your teethers are okay.
I took a picture of myself. It was gnarly.
Yeah, it's gnarly. It's really if anybody is familiar with the work of Andrew WK, on the album cover of I Get Wet, which is his iconic debut album. I believe he broke his own nose for that.
Yes.
And so it's just like blood coming down.
Yeah.
It's so hard, and like then
it was album cover worthy.
Yeah, and then you have your own Andrew WK photo now.
I do.
Maybe we'll have that for final thoughts.
All right, let's do it.
Other than that, though, hit the theme expo. From the Dave Campbell's Texas Football Mothership here in beautiful Lewisville, Texas, it is Texas Football Today, a show with the same number of teeth we had on Monday, which is kind of a feat for one of us. My name is Greg Tepper. I'm the editor-in-chief of Dave Campbell's Texas Football Magazine and TexasFootball.com. Thank you for spending part of your day with us. Whether you're watching us live at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, or you're listening to us on the podcast, which you can subscribe to on the podcast vendor of your choice. Either way, thank you for doing your part to support your local mediocre internet show. I am sitting over there at the helm today with all the buttons and the levers and the wheels, and I think I saw some kind of trebuchet. She's our friend Vianney Moreno, who looks great. Vianney,
hi guys.
Do you want to show us what's underneath the bandage? Or no?
Oh no!
No, is it gnarly?
No, it's still healing.
It's pretty gnarly.
Yeah, it is. I can't show the people that.
If you missed the pre-show, Vianney had an accident.
I did. I was running. I was running and I fell.
She was running and she fell. But she's okay. She's okay. And I gotta say, I'm pretty proud of the Dave Campbell staff. We did not. We were mostly concerned, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think you were worried that you were going to come in and get roasted.
I was, but I was looking at people, and also my lips were like 2 times the size, so it's gone down. So imagine this, but with like a more swollen lip. And I was trying to explain, and I couldn't even like take myself serious because I know what I looked like. Mm-hmm. So I just couldn't get through conversations.
Today is Thursday, April 16th, 2026. I hope you did your taxes.
I did.
Although I have my own take. I just think like,
oh gosh,
almost nobody's checking.
Oh, they're checking.
I'm not sure they are.
We'll save it for final thoughts.
I'm just saying, what if we rolled the dice? What if we just saw what happened? Like, come and take it.
Should we all do?
What if we all just like, because here's, okay, a brief tax rant.
No.
This has nothing to do with politics.
What?
Okay. Why do I have to add up my own taxes? You guys know what I owe. Just send me a bill.
Sam, clip that.
Just send me a bill.
Hot take.
I'll pay the bill.
Tepper's take.
Just send me the bill.
Yeah.
And if I want to dispute the bill, I'll dispute the bill. That's what happens with my property taxes. Now we're getting into it. With my property taxes, the county just tells me how much I owe, and if I want to fight it, I can go and fight it. What's going on? You guys know I've attached my Social Security number to everything.
Imagine someone just comes onto the show and it's just like you're talking about taxes and
ranting about taxes.
I have
Welcome to AM Talk Radio now. It took us 10 years, but on a long enough timeline, everyone becomes screaming conservative talk radio. Not even a conservative take. I just think that's a real neutral take. It's just bill me.
Yeah.
That's what happens in other countries. Just bill me.
Send me the bill.
Send me the bill.
Matt Stepp said, yo, yo, yo.
Also, here's the other thing.
Okay.
Here's another thing. We'll get to football eventually. Here's the other thing about it. The tax refund seems cool until you realize that you just gave the government an interest-free loan.
Yes.
Right? It should, just bill me. Just bill me.
Just bill me.
Just
put on a t-shirt.
Just bill me. Anyway. It is 224 days till Thanksgiving. Happy birthday to Akon. No. Happy birthday to Akon and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Chance the Rapper.
Nice.
Yes. It is episode 1930. On today's show, folks, we got Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Yeah, imagine tuning into this show. And you're just like, all right, the producer got in a fight. The host is ranting about taxes. And it's Thursday, and they're doing a segment called Math Tuesday. Got Math Tuesday. We're going to take a look at the why. We're on the search for the most wheels-off Texas high school football teams.
Let's go.
We'll talk about what that means coming up in a moment. In the back half of the show, we're going to tell you a little bit about something that's coming up live on Dave Campbell's Texan Live on Saturday. Very exciting. Texas Sports Hall of Fame is coming up on Saturday, live from Waco. You can watch it with us. We'll have a little bit about that coming up at the back half of the program. If you stay with us.
Oh.
Do we have first four through the door?
We have Matt Stepp with us.
Love it. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you spending part of your day with us. All right, V&A, it's Thursday in the deep off season, and you know what that means. It's time for Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
Here on Texas Football Today, where we dive inside the numbers of Texas high school football. And this was earlier this week, I was trying to think of a Math Tuesday segment. Ironically, I was thinking about it on Tuesday for the presentation on Thursday. And one of the things that, as I'm putting together the 2026, we are putting together the 2026 Summer Edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Oh, today's also Selena's birthday. That's probably the one that we should.
Wow. How could we forget?
She was down on my list. I was thinking about one of the things that when you're putting together 2026 magazine, you get to look back on what happened in the 2025 season. And you get a lot of, and because there's now been 4 months since the end of the season, we kind of have fresh eyes on it. And one of the things that keeps popping up, understandably, is Kagan Ash and Mount Enterprise. Of course, Mount Enterprise, a surprise state semifinalist, and Kagan Ash, now the rushing king in Texas high school football. And they just had a remarkable season. It's a crazy season in which they were scoring like crazy. But it also, the other thing that it struck me was, and I mean this with all due respect to Mount Enterprise, their offense was unbelievable, and their defense was okay. It was average at best. I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm saying that when you went to a Mount Enterprise game, you could be guaranteed entertainment. Okay? There were going to be a lot of points scored. And it got me to thinking a little bit about the most chaotic Texas high school football teams that we have seen in 2025. And specifically, I wanted to take a look at which teams, I think the best way I would describe it is what season ticket holders got the most for their entertainment value. Okay? Now, I'm not here to tell you that great defense is not entertaining. It is. But I'm here to tell you that points move tickets. People like scoring. And so I've broken this down a couple of different ways in order to find, in my opinion, the most chaotic Texas high school football team from 2025. So the first thing we're going to start with is plain and simple, what teams were involved in games that had the most points, Okay? We call this the track meet index. Okay? Which is basically how many points did you score per game, how many points did you allow per game, and the total of that. And unsurprisingly, Mount Enterprise is at the top. Much like I thought, 58.1 points per game. They gave up 34.2 points per game. Their track meet index, therefore, is 92.3. What is going on in El Paso? Look at this. 3 El Paso teams. El Paso Montwood, El Paso El Dorado, and El Paso Bel Air are the next 3 on this list. 2 of those are in the same district in 1-5A Division 1, El Paso El Dorado and El Paso Bel Air. Now, admittedly, they're helping to boost each other's scores in this because they played each other, but that is crazy to me. And by the way, at the very bottom, Mount Enterprise played Grapeland in district play. So obviously they played a pretty high scoring game. Grapeland or Mount Enterprise beat them 68-50. So that helped to boost their total. But that is indicative of what these teams were about. There's also Kerrville Tivy. Scored 44.5 points per game, gave up nearly 41. So those are the teams that were in consistently the most track meets, the most back and forth, high scoring, high octane affairs. But let's just take a step back and take Mount Enterprise, for example, okay? Mount Enterprise, by this metric, you would say their average game was Mount Enterprise 58, their opponent 34, right? That's the average game. Well, a 24-point game is a lot. It's pointsy, but not necessarily exciting, right? It's not necessarily, competitive at times. And so what I want to do now is take a look at a different metric, which we'll call the close call index, which is, let's take the number of points per game you scored and compare it to the number of points you allowed per game and come up with a close call index. Now, there are 2 of the most interesting teams in Texas high school football. Buda Hayes and DeKalb, 2 programs that have never, ever, ever been mentioned in the same sentence until right now. These are 2 programs that have a very, very special tie. And that is, they are the teams in Texas high school football who scored exactly as many points as they allowed. Precisely as many points as they allowed. Buda Hayes scored 304 points, and they allowed 304 points. Unsurprisingly, maybe, they went 5-5. DeKalb scored 330 points and allowed 330 points. Now, they went 7-5, so it's a little bit more, they had a couple games where they were blown out, or a couple games where they were better than the other team, but a couple games where they got beat pretty soundly. Next up, you have Ennis. Ennis allowed 1 more point than they scored. Saxe allowed 1 more point than they scored. North Mesquite allowed 1 more point than they scored. Galena Park scored 2 more points than they allowed all season over the course of 11 games for Galena Park. Also of note, Loop in 6-man, this is for 11-man teams, Loop in 6-man allowed 1 more point than they scored. So these are teams that were consistently, on average, in the closest games. They were in the closest games on average. But at the same time, again, look at a team like North Mesquite. North Mesquite was in a ton of close games, but they weren't putting up a ton of points. So here's what we want to do. We want to take those 2 indexes, okay? The track meet index and the close call index to find out which team got the most bang for their buck. And so all we're going to do is pretty simple. We're going to take the track meet index. We are going to subtract the close call index, and we are going to get what we call the Chaos Index, which is which teams played the wildest games in 2025 rather. And the answer in a runaway is Kerrville-Tivy. The Antlers, their games averaged 85 points per game in total, and they were decided by an average of 3.6 points per game. They were by far the most wild team in Texas high school football. Grapeland's next. They were playing one-score games on the regular while scoring 85 points a game. Then there's El Paso Eastlake. El Paso Eastlake's game involved 77.1 points per game on average. They were decided by less than 1 point on average. Here's what's interesting. Remember in that first slide that I showed you about how all those El Paso teams, Eastlake wasn't one of them. What was going on in El Paso? Kirbyville's next, followed by Arlington Martin, and then Tomball Memorial. So if you had season tickets to any of these teams, you absolutely got your money's worth. You absolutely got your money's worth. As Kerrville-Tivy, Grapeland, El Paso Eastlake, Kirbyville, Arlington Martin, and Tomball Memorial had the best mix of high-scoring affairs and close games. It was electrifying, to say the least, for these programs. So those are my picks for which teams played the wildest games in Texas high school football. That's just my way of putting it all together. You can certainly put it together your way, but I think certainly for Kerrville-Tivy, scoring 45 points a game, allowing about 40 points a game, certainly qualifies as one of the most chaotic teams in Texas high school football. So there it is. A little bit of Math Tuesday.
Math Tuesday.
We're Texas Football Today. We're here Mondays and Thursdays on TexasFootball.com, talking football in the Lone Star State. You can follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, Facebook.com/Dave Campbell. Follow us on Instagram, Instagram.com/Dave Campbell. And, of course, see us at TexasFootball.com. Oh, there's a website underneath me. It's at TexasFootball.com/subscribe. At TexasFootball.com/subscribe, you can become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football subscriber. Get the 2026 summer edition of Dave Campbell's Texas Football mailed to you before it hits newsstands. That's right. You heard me right. So before anybody else gets it, you get it. Delivered to you. You don't got to run around to the store. You don't got to email me asking where the magazine is. We'll mail it to you. We'll drop it in the mail for you, baby. TexasFootball.com/subscribe. Makes a great gift as well. Get it for Selena's birthday.
Yes. Bitty bitty bum bum.
Go to TexasFootball.com/subscribe. Coming up here after the break, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in Waco this weekend live on Texan Live. But first, a word from these valued partners.
Pour some sunshine with new First Light Community Coffee's first ever light roast. This blend has notes of honey and brown sugar that will brighten any part of your day. Try First Light now at communitycoffee.com.
Hello, Candace.
Not you again.
Me again. Remember our last oil change? Your boyfriend said he knew a guy who knew a guy. None of those guys knew what they were doing, including you, Todd.
Silence your oil change anxiety at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch our experts change your oil right from your car.
Thanks for coming in.
And finish in about 15 minutes. Valvoline. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Friday night football is here, and Hometown is trusted by thousands of schools across the nation to make game days effortless. Sell tickets online, easily scan them at the gate, track sales in real time, and keep your community connected with a free athletic website. Make every game a Hometown game. Visit hometown.com to learn more.
Every legend starts with a vision. For Dave Campbell, that vision was clear. Tell the story of Texas football like never before. In 1960, he built something no one had before, a magazine that became the Bible of Texas football. Coaches, players, and fans didn't just read it, they lived by it. His words shaped the game. His vision built a legacy. And his name? It will always be written in the story of Texas football. Dave Campbell's Texas Football, where legends begin.
Welcome back to Texas Football Today. It's a show about Texas football happening today. It's where we got the name of the show. I'm Greg Tepper. That's VNA
How
Moreno.
creative.
And we're not going to talk about something that happened today. We're going to talk about something that is happening on Saturday. Saturday in Waco, the Texas Sports Hall of Fame will induct their class of 2026. And excitingly, you can watch it live for free streaming on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. TexanLive.com is where you can watch it. And it is a star-studded class going in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. And while there is a unique Texas flair to, or football flair to it, as you would probably imagine, they are honoring folks from all across various sports. The class of 2026 includes the 1966 Texas Western Miners basketball team, of course, the team that helped to help the first all-black starting lineup ever to play in the title game, upsetting Kentucky in the 1966 national championship game. Clint Dempsey from Nacogdoches, from the woods. He is one of the greatest American soccer players of all time going in. Chad Hedrick out of Spring, Texas, one of the greatest speed skaters of all time, both inline and ice speed skating. One of the most versatile and accomplished athletes in speed skating. Charmaine James out of Amarillo, Texas, is widely regarded as the most accomplished barrel racer in rodeo history. I want to make sure we talk about the non-football folks before we get to it. Louis Santop out of Tyler was one of the earliest superstars of the Negro League baseballs and its first legitimate home run slugger. They called him Big Bertha. 6'4", 240. One of the great hitters in Negro League's history. So there's also 4 football players who are going in. Posthumously, the great Steve Mongo McMichael is going in. The best known for his time in the NFL, notably with the Chicago Bears, the Super Bowl champion out of the Houston area, going in posthumously. Von Miller, one of the most celebrated and feared edge rushers in NFL history. He is consensus All-American at Texas A&M out of DeSoto. He became one of the league's most dominant defenders. 120 sacks, 8 Pro Bowl selections. Von Miller going to the Hall of Fame. Zach Martin. Zach Martin's not from Texas, but got here as quick as he could. I know you have a lot of love for Zach Martin.
I love you, Zach Martin.
I think one of the best guards in NFL history.
I think we were looking at the stats yesterday with Sam, and I think he had a total of 7 holdings in his entire career.
Incredible. One of the all-time greatest interior offensive linemen in NFL history. And then, a Dave Campbell's Texas football cover boy, Gary Patterson. Head coach at TCU from 2000 to 2021. The all-time winningest coach in TCU history with 181 wins. Led them to a Rose Bowl victory. Led them to a Big 12 title. I think most importantly, and the thing about Gary Patterson is that he coached TCU in 4 different leagues and won 6 conference championships across those 4 leagues. That is crazy. So no matter what challenge you threw at Gary Patterson, he was up for it. They are going in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. That is going down this Saturday, down in Waco. You can watch it live for free on Dave Campbell's Texan Live, TexanLive.com, as the class of 2026 is enshrined in the Texas Sports Hall of Fame. Make sure you check it out. We're excited to present that to you live for free on Dave Campbell's Texan Live, honoring some of the all-time greatest athletes in Texas history for the Texas Sports Hall of Fame 2026 induction ceremony live Saturday night on Dave Campbell's Texan Live. Let's go to VNA Moreno for America's second favorite segment. Final thoughts.
Hi, guys.
Oh, my God.
What?
I teased this on Monday, but I'll pay it off now. On Sunday, we went and saw a movie,
Oh,
The Boys.
yes.
We went and saw the
yes,
Super
yes.
Mario Galaxy movie. There's a very funny discourse going on between like people who are like film people who are watching this movie, and they're just like, oh man, it's just a lot of noise. It is like the plot is all meandering. They're constantly throwing new things at you, blah blah blah. And I'm like, it's the Super Mario Galaxy movie. What if we just allowed our children to experience joy? But one of the things that I think
What if we just give in for a little bit?
what if we just let kids have fun?
You're right.
Can y'all chill, you nerds? Anyway. So there's a very funny discourse going on. I thought it was pretty good. I think, so I've now seen both Super Mario movies. My kids love them. I will tell you this.
Top tier.
I think the real shining star of these movies, the score is so good.
Oh, really?
It's so good.
Sometimes these kids' films have the best.
So what they did is basically they went and they made orchestral versions of all of the Mario music,
traditional,
all the Mario
like
music. Yes, and like they work it in really seamlessly, really well. It feels big
in the movie.
It's great. It's really, really good. I think the score is the real shining star of these movies. I liked it a lot. The boys loved it. They got to go to one of those movie theaters where you're sitting in like recliners.
Oh, that's
know
the
what I mean?
best. Yes.
They had never been in one of those before, and they were just like, "What? What do you mean we just get to like lay on our own little couch?"
I get
here?"
to lay down
Yeah.
with other people?
Yeah, it was also one of those places that like you can order food.
Oh, yes.
And we went at 10:30 in the morning, by the way. And they
Wow.
will again, going back to my point that we've over alcoholized the world. They'll sell you
A mimosa?
A mimosa. We did not partake. But
Sometimes the score doesn't hit.
sometimes sometimes Luigi needs a little extra oomph, you know what I mean? But we of course didn't buy food because we snuck it in because we're
Oh, let's go.
I'm sorry.
Let's
I'm an American.
go. I'm an American.
I'm an American.
What are you talking about?
I'm sticking candy into a 10:30 showing of Super Mario Galaxy.
Exactly.
Anyway, I thought it was great. Let your children experience joy. Don't overthink it. It's a fun movie.
I love that.
That's going to do it for us. Thanks for spending part of your day with us. Follow us on Twitter at DCTF. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/Dave Campbell's. Follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Dave Campbell's. And, of course, see us at texasfootball.com. Reminder, one more time. Saturday night, Dave Campbell's Texan Live. You can watch live for free the 2026 Texas Sports Hall of Fame induction banquet with stars from across the Texas sports landscape honored and enshrined, presented by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance. Live, free, Dave Campbell's Texan Live, texanlive.com. For Vane Moreno, I'm Greg Tepper. We will see you Monday on Texas Football Today.
Bye.